Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. Starting the week with some Ascendancy concept art. You can see there's Argus, there's the top tier pet, there's Kadiro, which is actually a lot more elaborate than it looks in the game. Probably because of the glow, it's really hard to see all of his features. The glitter disc, new unique item, some other parts of the art set. Varunastra, the new unique sword exclusive to this league, and then some art for the goddess and the Emperor Izaro. There's actually many of those, and if you want to check them out in the specific, you can actually zoom them in, so be sure to head over to this topic, which I'll link in the description below. Also, we got a new skill revealed, which is the Lightning Golem. This was kind of data mined, and it's finally now released. What does this golem do? So, first of all, when the golem is summoned, you gain increased attack and cast speed. So already it's pretty good and it's going to be used, that's definitely something. Then it has a primary attack, which is a spell, is a ranged projectile, and from the video it didn't look like it was aimed, it's not an arc projectile. It's more like a fireball projectile, except it's lightning, so that's something. You can actually support it with kind of GMP and have it throw more of those, so that might be interesting for some builds, maybe, we'll see. Also, the golem will occasionally place orbs of lightning near enemies, and will use its own temporary aura skills, adding an extra lightning damage, so for lightning builds, this is definitely going to be very good. Of course, it's very offensive, so hardcore players might not want to use this. However, it's definitely really strong, especially now since lightning builds are already really strong, especially Spark and all of its variances. We also got a development manifesto about performances, and this is because there's been a lot of talk lately about performances, whether it be load times or server crashes. So the first part of the post is about server performances and lockstep stuttering. So lockstep stuttering is when the client and the game are not aligned, and basically what happens in the game is everything freezes except the graphical effects, the particle effects, and when it unfreezes, it's all accelerated up to the point where the game actually was. So if that thing happened to you, you might want to read this part here. It tells you a bit more about it, and GGG is actually working on that. Also, the second part is about load times. So it's always been a big part of Path of Exile, the load times. There are actually 7.7 gigabytes of assets that need to be loaded. Of course, the game doesn't load all of them at the same time. It loads a little bit of those. Most of them are loaded through the loading screen. However, sometimes that just can't happen. Like, you get a random exile from a box and there is a microtransaction on that exile, you probably haven't that loaded, so it's going to take a little bit, depending of course on your computer and on how fast the game is made for loading. So GGG is obviously working on their own end, and you can buy an SSD, and that's definitely going to improve your load times by a real lot. Also, GGG is working on improving the audio of the game, so some players actually choose to disable the audio to improve the game performances and reduce memory usage. Now, GGG is working on switching their audio system so that they will get to a new one which is better, and yeah, that's really all there is to it. Hopefully that will come soon. It's planned for the 2.3.0 Challenge League, so actually not that far from now. It's kind of 2 months, a bit more, but yeah, not that far from now. There's also more things about memories, which GGG is again working on. Also for the 2017 GGG is planning to release a 64-bit working with DirectX 11 client. This will work alongside the old client, so that's the same, except the fact that it will work on Windows Vista or above, and of course a 64-bit CPU, which is definitely going to improve things because now it's working on DirectX 9. So yep. Also, Realm stability. There's been a lot of problems with the stability lately, and while GGG has no direct fault with it, because yeah, they own the servers, but they're kind of renting the servers more than owning them, so it's not like they are controlling the servers themselves. So if the servers have problems, they can't do too much about it, except actually addressing the issues. So they're doing their best there, but it's not all of their fault in that part. So why did GGG make this post? As we said, it's because there's been a lot of talk as of lately, and GGG generally likes to be transparent about things, so they went kind of a bit into the details of how the games, of how the system of the game works, so that players who are actually interested might understand a bit more, and I think that's actually pretty good. We also got an improvement to the currency stash tab, which have been sold lately. So as you can see here, the news are that in the middle here there were the Regal and the Chance Orbs. These got moved. Regal got moved on the blue side because you actually use it on a blue item to make it a yellow one. Chance got moved over here, pretty much just to balance things. And the Exalted Orb is now very far from the Chaos Orb, so you do not fear of using an Exalted while trying to use your Chaos. There's a middle slot here for items you want to craft. You just slammed it here and then just slam currency on it, so that's pretty good. And there are also 5 slots. These slots are empty and they can hold whatever currency, alternative currency you want. So for example, here you got Eternal Orbs, Raw Feathers, coins, excessive currency. As you can see here, there's already 5,000, so I think that's pretty good and pretty nice to see GGG listening to a lot of the feedback that was given as soon as this Start tab came out. I'm also pretty sure this tab sold a real lot. I would like to know how much, not in terms of money, but in terms of numbers. But yeah, that's what we got to work with now. And last but not least, we got some highlights from the Ascendancy fan art competition. So the competition is just midway, so you can still enter it, don't worry about it. And here are some fan arts, some of the things you might see in the thread about it. So pretty nice art. My personal favorite is this one with Argus and a little king frog. Pretty damn nice. But yeah, that was all for this week. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all. I've been your host Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.